I taught public school for 20 years, and I was really blessed to be able to teach all 4 of my boys. But looking back on it, I wonder if we made the right choice. Our first son did well in a traditional school, but it was my second son, Wyatt, who showed me that maybe I should be looking at things differently. Wyatt really is someone that has to be working with his hands, has to be moving around, and the opportunities for high school were really limiting for him. But we just didn't really feel like there were other options. So Wyatt spent, several years going to a 4-year college, but he left. He decided it wasn't the right path for him. I really wish that there was more that I could do to help him. And I'm looking forward to the day when he calls me and he tells me that he's figured out what it is that he's meant to do.
Wyatt isn't alone. Across the country, a startling 1/7 of young men are neither employed or in school. In Texas, 32% of the class of 2019 were not in higher education or the labor market a mere 6 months after graduation.
We have 4 sons, 6 grandchildren. None of my children are able to live here because there's nothing, not a thing here for them to do that pays a decent salary. My granddaughter, who's 19, says she and her friends have all had to leave either for college or for work. Everybody here has to go somewhere else, which wipes out one of the most important things in the world, generational families. There's plenty of room for my children to live here, or even grandchildren, if there were jobs.
While many areas of Texas are growing, many small towns in the heartland of Texas are suffering from unnecessary population loss and economic decay. A decline in high-paying jobs have made it difficult for families to put down roots in communities they love.
I have an HVAC company here in Austin. We have a lot of demand for workers. We're growing, and it is very difficult finding people to fill the spots that we have. This is a massive issue for all technical industries. All the trades that we work with, the electrical, plumbing, all the building trades are suffering the same phenomenon.
Across Texas, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, refinery operators, and HVAC techs, among others, are all retiring to leave the workforce far faster than they can be replaced. By 2030, it's estimated Texas will be short over 4,000 HVAC techs, 7,000 plumbers and carpenters, and 10,000 electricians. This trend continues across industries. Many of these jobs pay far above Texas's median salary, yet aren't being filled. The biggest reason for this is a lack of opportunity. 74% of Texas high school students don't have any access to HVAC training. 80% lack access to plumbing and pipe fitting programs. In an estate renowned for energy, 91% of Texas high school students have zero access to programs in oil and gas.
My 4th son, Ethan, is so much like Wyatt. If I cannot find him, I go to the garage because chances are he is there working on something or tinkering with something. We had learned from our experience with Wyatt, and so when it came time to talk to Ethan about what he should do after high school, we spent a lot more time talking about his strengths and his abilities, and we gave him all of the options. Today, Ethan is studying diesel mechanics, and he is thriving.
If you started in HVAC right out of high school, you could easily be in the $90K a year by your mid-20s. And who wouldn't want that for their kids?
Be ready at 18 or 19 when they graduate to go out into the world and make a living. Debt-free. Zero debt.
Yes, I actually do feel like I come alive here doing my welding trade. I really want to help people. I want to do a lot for the community and the world, and that's really what I want to do with my life. I think that right after high school, I am going to go into the welding field and start immediately making money.
I had some people asking me like, oh, you're going to be a worker or something, but I just look at it like if they're out still in college in 4 years, I'll be out working, making money while they're still building up their tuition. So I'm currently in my 4th semester, and I literally just checked my email 2 days ago and I got 2 job offers.
The solution is parent empowerment. Parent empowerment places trust back with parents by taking the state funds allocated to each student and placing it in individual education savings accounts for parents to direct as they see fit. This allows them to use that funding for workforce training, whether that's through a technical school, community college, or on-the-job training. High school students could attend the community high school in the morning and attend trade school, community college, or a certification provider in the afternoon, opening up the opportunity for them to enter high-paying jobs right out of high school. Young people could stay in and around their hometown after graduation to fill workforce gaps. Instead of being dependent on one particular school, parents can choose what is best for their child, leading to more training, jobs, innovation, and opportunities for people to live, thrive, and grow in all Texas communities.
We go through life and we tell kids you can be whatever you want to be, but then something happens when they walk through those school doors and we gear them into one area and one path. It's a little emotional for me, honestly, because you get one chance and they're gone. And you put them out in the world and you just hope that you made all the right decisions. And I think for parents, really just knowing what your kids' strengths are and pushing them to their strengths rather than to what is expected. I think that is the biggest lesson that I've learned. Parents need to be empowered and trusted to find these opportunities for their kids.